About me, let's talk about this game. Game number 5. What started off as a best of 7 now is a best of 3. Here in the top left we have Destiny. The blue Zerg from Quantic Gaming. QxG is his tag. We do have EGiNcontroL, Jeff Robinson, the red Protoss representing evil geniuses and with the very nice Target logo here. And we do see that it's going to be on Belshire Beach, the winter version. And literally, what do you think about this match for this PvZ matchup?
I'm sorry. I will get to that in just a second. I was just laughing at the friendly banter that was going down.
Oh, I'm going to read it real quick, actually. Good luck, good luck. Oh, manner, obs, amateur hour.
Oh. Well, I was going to talk about how this map is good for Forge Expands. Now we see Forge Expands on this map pretty much... EGiNcontrol's going to fly.
And what were we gonna say? You were gonna talk a little bit about what?
About this pylon. This pylon. What is this pylon doing here? This is something I've never seen before.
This is interesting. EGiNcontroL is putting the pylon a lot farther out than I would normally like to, but
yeah,
this is interesting. I'm just gonna go ahead and watch.
This is gonna be a sort of a very weird Forge Expand, something that you would see on Shatter Temple, you know, where you cannot really wall off the entire choke, and you go for an inclined Forge Expand. That is exactly what we're gonna see Evil Geniuses EGiNcontroL do here, but that is definitely not the standard on this map at all. It's gonna require like 2 or 3 cannons to be able to cover everything. It's such a huge distance to cover from the Forge all the way to the gases. That's gonna require 3, 4 cannons maybe even. Weird build by EGiNcontroL. Let's see where he goes with this.
Well, you know, it could be the fact that he maybe doesn't want to just use the ramp, because the ramp is pretty wide in this map, so he could be just trying to do a little bit more economical and timely fast expand, trying to see if he can, you know, utilize the Nexus as part of the wall and, you know, cannon based around that. The only problem is that he's going to let Zerglings and units up the ramp, and he can constantly just kind of keep pages on his opponent. We'll have to see how EGiNcontroL actually balances that out. Keep in mind, Destiny did choose this map. It is his choice, and this is an interesting map in general because the way you expand, you kind of have a clockwise expansion path in a linear formation. As you can see, Destiny would be expanding towards the northern right, but you also have these middle expansions and these watchtowers with different paths, which is, you know, actually pretty wide open, which might help Zerg a lot in terms of being able to take different routes, counterattacks, and generally have that mobility. Especially Destiny loves that Ling, Infestor, and also Muta type play. Just being able to incorporate lots of mobility, but hold that thought, Destiny is actually going for a Bailey Nest.
Oh yeah, this is going to be so good, especially with the, you know, sort of odd Forge Expand that EGiNcontroL is doing. Let's see how this Bailing Bust is going to work out. It's all going to depend on cannon positioning, and this is going to be the most awkward Bailing Bust you have ever seen. What do you think Destiny is going to go for? Let's say it's going to stay to 2 cannons and the 2 pylons and the Forge and the gateway that we've got up right now. What would you hit? Would you go for the pylon? Would you try to go into the main base?
Yeah, you definitely need to hit where the wall is weakest, just because there's lots of room and flexibility for Protoss to be able to manage it. If you go for like the huge buildings, Protoss can somehow, you know, fill up that gap again, but actually we might even not get an opportunity to see it because EGiNcontroL, his wall is really awkward right now, but it's somehow going to work. He's going to definitely place another building right here, or probably just seal it off on this little corner. But he sees a lot of Zerglings, and he actually uses the probe to wall off here, but he actually lets the Zerglings in moments of, actually, just because he wasn't careful, and all of a sudden EGiNcontroL has a lot of Zerglings in his base, and he realizes Destiny is doing some kind of all-in because you don't make that many Zerglings this early on.
But he can just forfeit his base. That's completely fine. EGiNcontroL can just go to his natural and, you know, get that base set up. He still has all his tech alive, and look at that beautiful wall that he's getting. Oh no, a few Zerglings being misrallied here by Destiny, 4 or 5 of them going down to the cannons, and of course the Nexus in the main base is going to fall. But like I said earlier, EGiNcontroL is not going to have a huge problem with that. He's got his tech. He could start his warp gate research if he decides to get some gas soon, which he is now grabbing his double gases. And this is, once again, you know, a very awkward game. This is not something that you really see at all.
Well, I mean, these 2 players are very unique personalities in the community as well, so how appropriate that we see very interesting games here. Now, oh man, Destiny's making, how many banelings? 7 banelings. And he's actually making a lot more now. He's making 11 banelings total. So we do see that Destiny and EGiNcontroL I mean, this is just very unique, and EGiNcontrol's probably not used to this, but I like how he's responding, trying to really make his wall really, really tight here. A lot of the main core parts of his wall have huge hit points.
Here come the banelings.
And here we go, literally. Is it going to be able to do enough damage? I don't know. The banelings are targeting down the cannon. Is that the right move here to start us off?
I'm not too sure. Oh my god, the probes. If he kills all the probes, that's also going to be a really good trade. And he kills all
wow, we
but
caught almost all of them. That is huge, literally, and he actually got a huge pack of them. EGiNcontrol was not paying attention to the left side. He was only focused on the Zerglings here outside in his former main, and EGiNcontrol all of a sudden finds himself down. Significant amount of workers, 19 were killed, leaving him with just 6.
Oh, 6 workers to the 15 of Destiny, and Destiny is not going to slow down, man. He's making nothing but Zerglings. Oh, the sentry getting out. What was that force field?
I have no idea. I think the sentry just needed a force field anywhere, and just
like, no, I want to spend my energy before I die. He was like, ugh. Didn't even care where to force field, just wanted to get that out.
It was kind of like in the football, in American football, literally, when a quarterback just kind of throws the football anywhere, but that time was completely haphazard, as EGiNcontrol kind of pulled a Tom Brady over there. And we do see that Destiny is just continuing to harass here, just targeting down the assimilators, and I mean, EGiNcontrol is just in such an awkward position. He's trying to prioritize his pro production because he realizes he's just caught in a very tough situation. Now, that's a much better force field just to...
Yeah, that's a beautiful force field, actually. So EGiNcontrol does know how to throw down force fields properly. I wonder what happened there. Maybe just a slight misclick before can happen to the best.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, Destiny, he's still following us up with more Zerglings and Banelings. In fact, he's making 9 more. And EGiNcontrol's really exposed on his left side. And, you know, he's still extremely open to these Banelings, and I don't think he can do anything. His sentry can't really force field for another 1 second, and he's going to utilize it immediately, but I don't know, Kosh, this is going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is going to be horrible. Ooh, nice force field, though, but this many Banelings, there's just not enough stuff out. There's only 2 cannons left, and only one of the cannons is going to be able to cover the mineral line.
Oh my god, I mean, EGiNcontrol already senses the fact that his probes are doomed. This is like a very poor horror movie. Oh, he's sending 1 probe at a time here, and EGiNcontrol realizes that that was actually a nice little catch there, but the probes are frantically trying to run. A lot of them actually waste, and... oh, looks like the rest of the probes here are pretty weak, and that should be it. Good game is called, and Destiny takes game number 5 here to take a 3-2 advantage in this best of 7, coming in 1 game close of striking distance and taking series.